Today, most of you might not like what I'm about to say. Today, I will be almost alone in this. But I have to tell you the truth, my good people, my African brothers and sisters. Today, I will hit home because whatever I'm about to tell you is nothing but the truth. But the reason why you might feel or think it's okay to be how you're thinking or what you do is okay, it's because this whole thing has been sold to you, and now the majority of Africans are for it. But in true sense, it is slavery mentality. In real sense, it is the lowest form of being that a man can be. My friends, you might not like this, but please hear me out, because I might as well free you from this mess. Now, I will talk about sports today, mostly soccer, because that affects not only men but also women in the today's world. And also I'll touch on some other sports that are also outside Africa. And by now, my friends, you already know where I'm heading to, because it is going to hurt a little bit, especially with the true words that I use. If you wear a shirt representing Manchester or Man U United, or maybe Arsenal, or maybe Liverpool, whatever team you wear, or maybe Colombia, if you go to Africa, every other person has such kind of a uniform. First of all, this is money that has been spent to go out there. If you're one of those people who vouch for those European teams, those Spanish teams, be it Colombia, be it Argentina especially, and Brazil especially in general, I mean, you have a problem. But the problem is, you might not know that you have a problem. Guys, listen to me. Do you know that all these teams you go spending money with actually are owned by some of the big institutions that come from the back days, that the same institutions are the same institutions that used to support slavery? Check out Liverpool. Check out the history. Check out the sponsors. And most of you Africans, Kenyans, my friends, you gather every other day and spend humongous amounts of money to go and cheer a team of people that hate you, of people that actually see you as a monkey. You gather and spend so much money. Some of you pay air tickets to go to Europe and fight for a seat and actually spend a fortune while you leave your AFC Leopards, you leave your team in Africa that is underfunded, and go on to cheer a team of Europeans, of the Spanish people, that they will even see you and start mimicking the monkey. That actually, they mock our own players. They mock our own skin color. And you dig deeper. These are the same people that have been oppressing us through the years. But we Africans, there is nothing as idiotic as forgetting your own people And out of the branding and the hype that has been sold to you, you think of an European team almost like we think of God. I've heard of people betting millions of shillings, including influencers in Kenya, the ones that I think are so smart. I mean, I have seen pastors in Africa prophesying about which team will win in World Cup, which team will win in the leagues. Pastors who are praying in tongues, and I guess God is talking to them. Well, I guess it's true. God is talking to them because, they are prophesying about teams whose God is actually the God the pastor is preaching about. If the pastor was preaching about the true African God, the true African spirituality, then he wouldn't need to start prophesying about which European team will win, and even wear the t-shirt in church, and even spend money to gather and go watch the game with the members. Africans, I know, only few of us know this, and only few of us are fighting against all this. We have only a few Pan-Africanists that are truly fighting. And unfortunately, no matter how many guys you are the majority that thinks that supporting Manchester City is a good thing. Some of you African men in America and in other countries, in Canada, you have the audacity to complain about the economy, to complain that America does not support Africans in business, to complain that the economy is bad, and to complain that, oh, my business is suffering. You have the audacity to do that. And then you still close that business on Friday and go put on some t-shirt belonging to some football team, and you go to the game and spend hundreds of dollars, you and your friends maybe and your families, and teaching your kids the same thing, to go to this consortium to see people running after an animal skin full of air inside. My goodness. You go there, waste all that time, that weekend, have drinks, probably alcohol, and all this and that, and you have the audacity to say that life in America is real bad. Oh, this and that. Oh, you can't go back to Africa because you're not even ready. How will I go? How will I even settle down? How will I build? There is no money enough. We are trapped here. You have trapped yourself, while others are really, really fighting hard to really liberate themselves. You are busy going to the bars every Friday, Saturday, Sunday with your friends with those jerseys on to cheer your favorite NBA team, and actually almost worship it and bet around with it and lose money and gain money and even mentor your kids into all this BS. Instead of giving yourself time with your family, teach them about African values that weekend. Teach them about being an African, what it entails to be African. Teach them, spend quality time with your children and your family. Have a community gathering to teach your kids cultural issues, to teach your kids Swahili or Zulu or Shona or Nkosa, instead of going for those basketball, football games every now and then, thinking that you're fitting in and trying to be so American, and then you post on your social media so that your relatives in Africa can see, and your African relatives, most of them are hungry, and then the teams in Africa, they don't have any support, but you're here spending thousands of dollars not supporting your African team and supporting the team of your oppressors. My friends, it is idiotic. If you're listening to me and you're a big Manchester fan or whatever team, believe me, when I gather with people and I see them arguing and fighting about soccer teams, they're almost going physical with each other. That is pure worship. You worship the imperialistic people. You worship them. That is what we call worship. Including church members and their leaders. They do that. And the day of the game, I'm always dragged. I'm sorry to say, even my own family members, sometimes they'll drag me. Oh, we gotta go see that finals. The finals, Super Bowl. I'm dragged there and I'm like, I feel out of place. But you see, I'm not a dictator. I'm not telling you that you must. So I'm not going to tell any family member of mine, oh, you can't. But I will not support it. I will speak against it as long as I can. I know some of you are against it. But believe me, all these things are meant to keep you busy and to keep you not focusing on the real life issues. That's why the politicians are doing what they want. They are taking what they want. People are getting deported every day and no African cares. But go to the Jewish people. Do you see them worshiping teams outside there? No. Do you see the Indians in large number worshiping and almost dying for their teams out there that belong to other people? No. My friends, only Africans with a slave mentality do that. No people do that. The Europeans, do you see them dying and fighting for a team in Africa? No. Do you see them dying and fighting for a team in Russia if they're in UK? No. Only Africans will leave their teams and leave their people hungry and spend all the money and run to Europe to worship those teams and that whole culture and feel that they're superior, more superior than other Africans. Guys, think twice, please. Think twice. If you listen to me, if you're hearing me, chop that Man U, that Liverpool, that whole Man City, whatever uniform, cut it into pieces. And tomorrow, go find about your team in Africa and start funding it by buying their equipment, their t-shirts, and supporting the team when they play games. Please, I might win 2 of you. It is worth it for me. I know I'm talking to more than 80% of you. Games, worshipping. You're worshipping your oppressor, my people. It is a shame, my African people. It is a shame. Should I continue? Please. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Please.